everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be reviewing a couple of new NYX products that I bought recently. Every time I go into NYX, which isn't very often, but I literally cannot help myself, I have to buy at least one of the products that I set my eyes on. So today we have 4 products to test out. And before we get into anything, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell as I post 2 new videos a week. So the products that I have got today are just a couple of things to try out. I have foundation, mascara, concealer and a little eyeshadow palette as well. So we're just going to get into it. As for the foundations, I have 2 of the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundations. I wasn't too sure which colour it'd be, so I just bought 2. I have been dying to get my hands on some of these, especially the ones in like the squeezy bottle, not the squeezy bottle, the Control NYX foundations. I can't remember what they're actually called, but I did buy 2 of these because they're like £6, which is great, and especially if you're looking for more of a drugstore foundation. So we're going to see how well these work. The next thing I'm going to try is the Gotcha Covered Concealer. This is supposed to be full coverage and waterproof, so we're going to see and test that out as well. Then we've got a Eye Doll Mascara. This is a black volumizing mascara, which I am normally wearing the double stacked NYX mascara, which is my favourite at the moment, although I never ever use the white, so I kind of wish that they sold this separately, but unfortunately they don't. So we're going to try that out, and the last thing we're going to try out as well is the NYX Colour Riot palette, which is this really pretty, oh my gosh, I can never open this. It's like a sunset style palette, so you've got like the orange, they're just warm tones basically. Don't know if you guys can see that, but when I went to swatch it, I did accidentally stick my finger in there, so there is a big nail scratch, which I'm very upset about. So I'm just going to do the makeup and chat to you guys a little bit, and then we're going to do some check-ins and see how well these products last. So I'm going to begin by putting a little NYX pore filler in because I use this very often and it is fantastic, and seeing as though we are reviewing all NYX products, it seems only fair to use some other NYX products with it as well. So I'm just going to get a little bit and put this on my cheeks. It really does make such a difference. You guys probably won't see on camera, but already my face looks more even, especially in around the nose area. And then I take a little bit and apply that to my forehead because for some reason I have very large pores right in this centre part here. So now that is done, I'm going to see which colour of the foundations are best for me. So we have 2. We have the soft beige and a light beige as well. Let's try the light beige first. So what I'm going to do, oh gosh, that came out really quick on my hand. I'm just going to take a little bit and put that on the side of my face. I think this is probably going to be really light for me, so I'm thinking more towards the more soft beige. So I'm just going to rub that out and start again. So I'm going to put this on my beauty blender. So hopefully this won't be too dark, but we shall see. So I'm just going to dot that around and blend that all in. So already my first impressions are that this is not full coverage. It would help if I probably shook it well, because that is what it says on the back. So let's quickly do that. But I don't feel like this is a full coverage whatsoever. The darkness of my acne is showing through quite a bit. So let's just keep going, add a little bit more and see if that works. So weird. I don't think you guys can see on camera, but this is just so light, and it does say it's supposed to be a matte foundation, hence the Stay Matte But Not Flat, but it is very dewy. So I'm just going to keep blending this in, finish the rest of my face, and then we'll see if this actually dries down to a semi-matte foundation. Okay, so the foundation is now on, and I've just zoomed you guys a bit closer just to show you that it really is not full coverage. You can see all the spots and the darkness of the spots that are showing through. I don't like that. I definitely like more of full coverage. I have a little red spot here that's not covered, so I definitely feel as if this foundation would be better if you have clearer skin, but as of my skin, I mean, it's colour corrected it a little bit in terms of made the skin a bit more even, but it has not covered any of the redness or the dark spots that are trying to heal. So I'm going to move on to the concealer now, and even from looking at this, it's not a matte foundation either. It's really quite dewy. I'm going to put a little bit of this concealer on, and then I'm going to go do my brows and see if this foundation has actually dried a little bit more matte. Now, I tried this concealer on the back of my hand because in the store they do have a couple of testers out, and the colour I got is medium olive, which I think is going to be a really nice colour. So the brush I'm using is just a bubble brush. So let's put this on. I'm hoping these products are products that I'm going to enjoy and use a lot more often. Well, it seemed thick on the hand, but actually putting it on, I'm not sure. It feels really greasy. I'm not too sure about this. And with it being a matte foundation, I'm also not sure whether it's going to work. I might have to powder just underneath the eyes. That's not too bad actually. Compared to this eye, which is a lot darker, it has brightened up the eye quite a bit and blended out, and I think the colour is perfect for my skin. So I'm just going to add a little bit more in here where I'm the darkest, which is sort of right underneath the tear duct. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye and then powder a little bit. I will do my brows and I will be right back. At the moment I'm not very keen on the foundation around where my spots are healing, and then when I was putting the bronzer on it seemed to take the product off, so there's not much coverage, it's very light. But now we are going to move on to a bit of eyeshadow and then last mascara. So for eyeshadow, I did mention before that I have this really sweet eyeshadow palette which I cannot open for the life of me. Oh my gosh. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. And it is this one right here. So I'm going to go in with this top brown colour as my transition shade and put a little bit of that just all over my lid. So far there's a little bit of kickback in the pan, but it's not too bad. So let's just put that straight in the crease and blend that out. We'll see if this works with the concealer that's underneath and if it goes patchy or not. So already this is a very, very pigmented colour. It's a beautiful warm toned brown. It does seem to stick a little bit where the concealer is, but again that might be more the concealer than the actual eyeshadows themselves. So I'm just going to keep working this in, up a little bit towards the brow. Okay, so that is on both sides. I think it looks really pretty, quite subtle. It's definitely buildable, so if you want it as a stronger colour you can do. I didn't want it to have the colour this dark because I am using it as a transition, so I really like that to start off with. I'm then going to go in with a smaller brush and go in with this darker colour which is more like a red tone brown, and this is going to go lower in the crease. And see how this all blends in. Oh, it's a really nice colour actually. It's a lot more red than brown, but I really like that, especially with it being more of like a sunset palette, which is actually exactly what I wanted recently. I'm loving these warm tone colours. And what I'm going to do is go back in a little bit with that colour and just blend those two together. Those colours are on and I actually love them. They are such a nice combination of colours to work with. I've only used these two so far, so I'm going to go in with this more orange colour right in the inner centre and then highlight the tear duct and under the brow using the small highlight shadow there. I really like this. I think it's super pretty, very ready for the autumn or the fall. So yeah, just go in with this. I'm so sad that I dug my nail in this by accident. I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to open it, and I finally got it open and my finger just went flying into the colour and ruined it a little bit. You could probably do this as like a cut crease, in which case you would add more of the concealer just to get a really clean line, but I wanted it a lot more subtle today. So I'm just gonna put that in where the skin had no pigment left on it, and I'm gonna go back in with the red and just blend those two together. So that's the orange on both sides. Again, I like it. I wish it was a little bit more pigmented. It seems like you have to build it in order to get the colour that you want. So what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of the red on the lower lash line and then go in with that highlight colour afterwards. And then just to warm this up a little bit, I'm also going to take the orange and apply that below the red just to give it a bit more definition. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush and then just going with the highlight shade at the top, and that's going to go into the tear duct and under the brow bone. It's a really nice, soft, sort of bronzy gold highlight, which is quite pretty. I'm going to put a little bit of this under the brow bone. So unfortunately my camera started overheating and died, so whilst I gave it 5 minutes to cool down, I had a little bit of eyeliner using the NYX matte black liner, and then I went in with the NYX lip lingerie in exotic just to complete the look. So the final thing to do is apply mascara. Now because I want to test out the mascara and see if it is actually any good, then for that reason I will not be putting any lashes on, just to really give it a good test, and every time I will check in I'll let you know how the makeup is doing. So I zoomed you guys in so you can see me applying the mascara. This is what the mascara looks like. It feels really nice and lightweight, quite slim, and this is what the brush end looks like. It kind of goes thinner in the end and then fatter on the outer edge. So let's get to it. I'm going to put that straight in. I'm hoping that not only is this volumizing, but it's also thickening the lashes. That's what I want. And NYX have such a huge range of different mascaras. I had no idea which one I wanted to try out. So I think it is a little bit volumizing. This side of the lashes, my lashes generally go quite straight compared to this side, so we'll see if this gives the same effect. So mascara is now on. I think it's very pretty. It's definitely volumizing. It worked on this side of the lashes where I really struggled to get the nice lift. So overall I'm quite happy. So I'm going to go about my day and I'm going to check in with you guys and let you know exactly how the products hold up, and then I will give my final verdict later on. Okay guys, so this is the first checking from today's makeup, and obviously Christopher is right there. Hello. So I think it is gone very oily, very shiny. It's not stayed matte whatsoever. What do you think?
What were you testing out the NYX foundations?
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you were doing, or was it just the foundations?
It was the foundation, mascara, the eyeshadow and the concealer.
Yeah, we were saying that the foundation you can see is a little bit patchy on the sides. Everything else looks fine. Eyes are lovely.
Yeah, I really like the colours of the eyes. Like, that palette's really nice. But I'm zooming you guys in, like, it is really...
Then that's the only thing.
It's not full coverage at all. I just look, like, you can see reflections from how shiny it's gone. And it's supposed to be a matte as well.
Is it supposed to be full coverage?
Yeah, it says stay matte but not flat.
Well, there you go.
I mean, I don't look flat, but I'm very not matte as well.
Yeah.
It's a good colour though, but it's just not full coverage. So I will check back in with you guys in a couple of hours. I think it's around 6-7 o'clock.
It is 20. It's nearly 7:30.
Okay, so it's been
Bit later.
7:30, so it's been on for about 3.5 hours now because I ended up doing my makeup a bit later and you were training. So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit for the final verdict. Bye. Alright guys, so it's about 9:30 in the evening. I've had this makeup on for about 6 hours, maybe a little more, and I'm an absolute greasy mess. I'm actually really gutted about the foundation. It's supposed to be matte. That is what it says on the tin, but it is not. I'm actually really itchy around the nose and I cannot wait to take this off. As far as the mascara, it's done fine. It's mascara, it's worked. My lashes have been volumized all day. The shadows, beautiful still. The pigment's obviously there. It's a little bit creased, but overall the colour's still there. It's beautiful. It's not gone patchy or anything. And what else? The concealer as well has done absolutely fine. I don't look like I'm going dark or have any dark circles. It literally just is the foundation that I'm not keen of. You can see how oily I am here where I have not powdered and just how patchy this is. So my final verdict is the mascara's amazing, the concealer's pretty good, the shadow's gorgeous, but the foundation is a big pass. So I am going to take the makeup off now. I also need to take my contacts out because they're really dry. My eyes are very dry and I have family round. Chris's sister and husband are over, so we are going to have a bit of a games night, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this video with all the check-ins and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.